Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Bless Your Hardt. Dale and I are here in the Dirty Mo Media Studios, and we have a great show for you today. We're going to talk about a lot of silly things. A burger contest we had in the Charlotte airport. Dude wipes. I have a very embarrassing confession for you guys.
Ask Amy.
And a few fun games. So let's get started. All right, today's drink of the week, brought to you by High Rock, is called the Easy Breezy. And it's a pretty simple recipe. High Rock, cranberry juice, grapefruit juice, and then you garnish it with grapefruit. So it's got to be nice and light. You want to try?
Yes.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
And notice that you don't have a straw today.
That's good.
It's tangy, kind of tropical feeling.
It's tart.
Tart and refreshing.
Yeah.
Easy breezy.
It's good.
Visit highrockvodka.com to find High Rock in your area. Also, remember that you have to be 21 years or older and you need to drink responsibly. All right, so what's been going on, Ralph? We've got High Rock, cranberry juice, grapefruit juice, and that's it.
When I think about grapefruit, I have when I lived with Dad and Teresa. That's what this show's about.
Back in the old days,
Teresa was very health conscious, ahead of her time, honestly. We ate Popeye corn puff cereal out of a bag, and it was just no sugar, no additives, just
no junk.
Puffed. Yeah. It's kind of like, what was the corn puffs that not Captain Crunch, but the corn puffs.
I know what you're talking about. We didn't really eat those. Yeah. Smacks?
Yeah,
yes. Smacks.
So it was like Smacks, but without all the great.
Yeah.
But anyhow, she ate, and we ate grapefruits.
Yeah, like a half grapefruit. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, that was like a snack. Mm-hmm. I mean, every other 2 or 3 days.
Did you have those little special spoons that like sawed the little?
I don't remember.
You know what I mean?
No,
the segmented spoons that like the little edges of them.
I know, but we didn't have that back in the 80s. But
yes, we did.
We did have that back in the 80s. But I mean, I think we use a spoon
or just cut it with a knife and then spoon it out. Yeah.
But we would I would dump a bunch of sugar on it, cut it in half, dump a bunch of sugar on it, and eat it. And
so good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Every time I think about grapefruits, my mind goes back to the lake house in 1986, cutting them in half and
it's a lost art.
Getting a snack.
We should just get some grapefruits.
I ate so good.
Yeah, they are so good.
I was so mad that I had to eat that, but it was actually probably why I'm kicking so much ass these days.
Because of all your grapefruit eating when you were young.
Care of myself before I decided to treat my body like a carnival ride.
Yeah, that's right.
In my 20s and 30s, I did a lot of hard work.
And 40s.
In my teens and 40s. We're going to talk about that.
Are we?
Carnival ride. Your body.
Yeah.
Vegas.
Oh, I can't do Vegas.
You're still hungover.
So we went to Vegas on Sunday for a High Rock appearance. We got to meet with the Texas Roadhouse folks. It was really fun. A quick little 2-hour deal. And we just stayed the night because the event was from 8 to 10 p.m. Dale had it in his mind that he was going to get there and do Vegas. And I can't do Vegas. I don't think I've ever really been that good at partying. I've tried to stay up and do all the things with Dale, but I regret it heavily for days on end. And I still feel like I'm hungover from just sleep deprivation or whatever from Monday night or from Sunday night. So I totally can't hang. But Dale stayed up all night long.
I went to bed at 5:30.
Which is 8:30 a.m. our time. Yeah, all night.
Yeah, I had fun. We went there for High Rock. We have a relationship with Texas Roadhouse. All of I think in 300 or so locations, and hopefully soon nationwide, you can go to Texas Roadhouse and get what is called a Dale Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a really good drink. If you like creamsicle, think creamsicle and vodka. It's awesome. And it's on the menu right there in front of you at the table. But we were celebrating or working on that partnership with Texas Roadhouse, and we're going to spend the night because our deal was later in the evening. So
We had dinner at Nobu beforehand. We had plenty of
awesome.
time there, kind
Lots
of
of
in
food.
between landing and going to the appearance. So we stuffed ourselves with sushi,
And there's a bar there
margaritas, and
there's a bar there that we've been going to for so many years. We've already been through 2 remodels on that bar.
yeah.
It's had two different names. You know how every decade they'll like refurbish the bar over on this.
They
corner of the
overhauled this one.
they'll
The bartender
overhaul it.
was telling us all
we've
the
been
things.
through like three models on that one. But we sitting there drinking some drinks at the bar, and I'm like, yeah. I text Denny about that slot machine that he hit all that, won all that money on. And I was like, what exactly was the specific name? And he told me, he's like, Buffalo Stampede. He's like, there's other Buffaloes.
Don't be fooled. You got to
Don't
find the
go
Stampede.
to those. Go to the Stampede only. And I was like, all right. So we walked all around. Look, I walked all around the hotel.
No. So he decides he's going to, this is kind of goes back to not wanting to ask for help at Lowe's or anything like that. He's like, no, I'm just going to walk around and find it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, surely Denny was like in the high roller section. He's probably not over here where the petty slots are.
Definitely.
So start there. And he's like, I'm just going to walk around and look for it. While he gets up to go walk around and look for it, Morgan and I get on the website, because you can find exactly where these machines are located in the casino. So we were kind of laughing at that. We were like, this is just one of those things, men versus women, just total difference.
I found the Buffalo Stampede in it's a little 4-game kiosk kind of situation, and right next to the sports book. Sit down, and Denny's playing with thousands of dollars, winning hundreds of, tens of thousands of dollars, and I played with, dollars. And I won $1,000.
Wow.
Sitting on that machine for like 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we walked down through the casino, and I found another machine that just was calling my name, and I won a $600. I sat there for a while. It's like a Wheel of Fortune, which is one of my favorites, and I won $600 on that. And then Amy and them went to bed, and I ended up going to the
Going
roulette
everywhere.
wheel. I like roulette because you don't have to do math,
Yeah.
and you just kind of like, oh,
You just pick your
this is
color.
my daughter's birthday. This is my wife's birthday. This is my birthday. Oh, number 17. That's my granddaddy's racing number. Just whatever. And I lost all the money that I won.
So that's the thing. He's playing the slots, and as he's winning those big numbers, I'm like, okay, now cash out.
Yeah.
Like, don't
Then
lose
she
it
left
all.
me, and I lost it.
And then I left him, and he lost it all. But 1:30 in the morning after being up all
We
day,
went to bed.
that's long. I mean, that's 4:30 in the morning on my time. That was too late.
I got 2 hours of sleep, came home, flew on the airplane, got another 2 hours.
Yeah. Well,
had about-
before we even got to the airplane, the only reason I even knew.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so here's the thing. My man he went upstairs and took his sports coat off.
And that's where
Left
my key
his room
was.
key in the room. We have no idea where our key came from because Sully had them for us when we got there.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's locked out of the tower, which is why he ended up having to stay up all night. I think around 3 or 4 o'clock he was tired. But at
Yeah.
5:30 I started find my phone pings so that he could wake me up so that I could come downstairs and get him.
Oh, yeah.
So I come downstairs in my robe, bare feet, madder than a hornet, trying to find him, and he's nowhere to be found. I'm like, I go down to the little bar that we were sitting at, thinking
my
maybe it
gosh.
was open.
I didn't know
I
you
turn
did that.
around and I see that there's people coming,
There's not many people in the hotel at this point.
but enough
Yeah,
to
there's a
see
few.
you walking around in your robe.
Yeah.
And so I go back upstairs. I didn't have my phone, and I text him some really aggressive, where the are you type text messages. And like, I'm going to be downstairs at that lobby. You beat me down there. And so I go down, I just look at him. He gets into the elevator, no words. He gets into the bed, and he gets to sleep for like an hour before I have to start waking him up again to go to the airport. But
Yeah.
he was a hot mess.
Sure, I was. I lost. I lost all that money that I won at the roulette wheel, which was fine. I played roulette for 3 hours maybe, and then and I was like, oh, I'm done. I don't even really know what I want to do next, so I'm just gonna go to the room, and I'm like, I ain't got my key. Oh no, Amy's like dead asleep. I know.
And my phone ringer's never
And I'm
on,
texting
ever.
her, and she's not answering. And while I'm doing this, and this goes on for 2 hours, I walk this hotel, like the perimeter of the casino. And it's like, I mean, no man, it's like at least half a mile, three-quarter mile just to walk the perimeter of this son. I mean, I'm walking this thing over and over and over. I went to the front desk and I'm like, hey, I'm in this hotel. I don't have a key. And they're like, which room? And I told them the room. They're like, oh, that's the Nobu Tower. You got to go over to the reception on the other side. And I'm like, I didn't even know there was another one.
That sounds too complicated.
And I just walked away. And Amy's like, well, why didn't you go to the other one? I'm like, I didn't know where it was. And she's like, you didn't ask him? I'm like, no, I'm not asking him. And so I would rather just go wandering off and figure it out myself.
I'd rather a heavy foot around, like a mall walker around the edge of this casino.
Yep. And I might have got another beer. I might have played another slot or two. And finally, I'm like, God, I'm tired. I'm so tired. And I'm like, all right, this is like emergency.
Last resort.
I'm going to hit the find my phone on her phone. So her phone starts ringing like it's lost. And boy, she doesn't love that.
Used before.
She doesn't love that.
No, it's the most annoying sound.
Yep. Well, you can change the sound to something nice. You can change the sound to my voice if you wanted to. Help me. And help. And so
that would be more fun. But honestly, I was so annoyed that you just were up still.
I know.
The whole thing just made me more annoyed than I should have been. But I should have come to expect this.
It was it's literally like the one night I'm going to go. In my mind, now this is not true, because I was like, remember we were flying there and I'm like, man, I can't wait to Vegas. This is going to be awesome. I'm going hard in the paint. And
you weren't lying. I thought he was just kidding around.
I'm like, I feel like I haven't been here in forever. And Morgan's like, yeah, it was like 3 months ago.
You were here in January.
Yeah, you were here 3 months ago.
You were just here.
I'm like, really? I remember that. And so in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to Vegas for one night. I got nothing but flying to do tomorrow.
Never mind.
I don't know that.
You got to come back and be a parent. There's all kinds of things happening.
I know. I'm like, I don't know when I'll get back here.
He can justify anything. Hammer down.
We're gonna drop the throttle, and we're gonna put it in fourth, and we're gonna dump the clutch, haul ass. And then, we'll worry about the consequences later.
It sounds like a Dale Juniorism if I've ever heard one.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna justify this and worry about the consequences later.
Well, I've had some experiences in life where I just know it. When I'm laying on that bed taking my last breaths, I don't want to have left anything on the table.
I would have rather walked paces around the casino all night long
and
pissed my wife off than just have to gone to sleep and had my reasonable amount of fun. You do you, Dale.
I want you to look at me laying there and go, yep, you did it all. You got it all. You got all of it.
I feel like if you died tomorrow, I could say that. Like, I think you've really, really done your job there.
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, Isla turned 7 yesterday. We have a 7-year-old.
She's so fun, man.
Isla has gotten so sweet, and you could talk to her like an adult, and she's just really great. She's in a great spot.
It's so fun. I know this thing. She's like, I'm putting her to bed. This is cool as a parent. You might not understand this at all, but she goes, when do I turn 7? I was like, what do you mean? She goes, when was I born? What hour?
She wanted to know what time
minute?
She was born.
I'm like, dang. Okay. Amy.
Yeah, because he
when was she born?
He comes scuffling.
Amy.
He comes scuffling into Nicole's room because I'm putting her down. He's like, what time was she born? And he just looks at me like, you better know because I gotta take her an answer. I was like, around 10:40, right before 11 o'clock. And he was like, okay.
I go back in there and I tell her that, right? And she's like, oh, darn.
Like,
I got
a whole day.
Wait the whole day till. And I'm like, yeah, you'll be in bed and already asleep for 2 hours when you actually do turn 7. And so the whole day later, we're putting her in bed and she goes, in 2 hours, I'll be 7.
Yeah. She's been thinking about it all day long.
Listen.
Even though she woke up and we had cake for breakfast and the whole day was her day.
When you're a parent, one of the things that kind of frustrated me, and I'm not Amy maybe to a degree, was their inability to understand time.
Yeah.
They don't know what yesterday means. They don't know what tomorrow means. They don't know what a minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes feels like. Mm-mm. They still kind of don't. And
Isla asked me the other day how many seconds were in a day. So I had to Google that. She's like, what? And it's 86,400. I won't forget now.
And so till a certain age, you'll tell them, we're going to do that in 10 minutes. Or you get to play for 5 minutes. They really don't know what that means.
No. Unless you set the timer, they have no concept of how long that feels.
So for her to be asking like these little like, oh, I turn, she, for her to kind of starting to get the concept of time is nice.
Yeah.
It's such a relief.
I'll be honest, if you were to ask me when Nicole was born, I'd have to look it up on her thing. I know it's in the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah, it's like middle afternoon, 4-ish.
Around 4-ish, but like I don't know the exact time. My mom could tell you the exact time to the minute that all of her kids were born, and I can't do that.
I'm trying to remember
when you were born.
No, I remember. I don't.
The birth.
I'm trying.
Where are you going, Ralph?
I'm trying to remember. I remember more about Nicole than that day in the hospital and the whole experience than I do Isla.
Really?
The only thing I remember about the one thing that I remember about Isla, and this is when the guy came in and told us she had that imperfection in her heart.
Yeah, but that was way after she was born.
I know, it like blanked. It like
mind erased you.
Mind erased me.
Oh man.
And that was a scary little moment.
Well, the experience with Isla was just very different. Like
and
the room was different. The whole thing was different.
We saw a little thing.
Yeah, she had a
hole
in her heart that eventually grew back.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was scary. But that was way after.
Yeah, I know. And I remember the whole thing with Nicole.
Well, Mimi was there for Isla. Do you remember that?
Oh, I remember sitting in the waiting room with her.
Yeah.
That was special.
Yeah. So we go to...
Should we tell this?
Why not? We went to the airport yesterday to do a really fun thing. I'll let you tell everybody what the fun part.
All right. So Whiskey River, in the we have one in the Charlotte airport. It does amazing. Got voted #1 casual dining experience in all of, I think, the country.
Yeah, in the airports.
In all the airports across the country. We learned that Charlotte is the 8th busiest airport in the world. And so we've had Whiskey River in one of the concourses down there for over 10 years, and it's just awesome, done amazing. The foot traffic's insane, but it's a great place to go chill and live music and kill some time during your layover. And they invited us out to the 2nd annual cook-off. They're going to cook burgers. It's all the chefs from in these different restaurants in the.
It's 4 different local breweries that are now opening restaurants in the airports.
Yeah.
And so like Noda, Sycamore, Wicked Weed, and OMB.
But these chefs that are cooking this already work in places in the airport.
In the airports. Yeah.
And we sat down and it was fun. We had a great time. Do it again, absolutely. But Amy and I both ended up getting a little sick.
A little bellyache.
Oh, no.
I was putting Isla to bed, and I'm like, Isla, I think I'm going to need to hand this book over to your dad. I
had to read Isla's book, and Amy went to emergency room.
Emergency room.
Yeah. Amy went to the emergency room upstairs.
Yeah. It was an epic little hour I had, but
I had the
burgers
feeling
were
of nausea,
absolutely
but
delicious.
I'm not a thrower-upper.
Yeah.
And so I'll just get nauseous and just kind of,
melting it.
Nothing happens, yeah.
Maybe it's my mentals. Like once I start feeling like that, I just know I need to get it out.
But we don't really know what caused that. But the burgers
were
insane good.
The one that won.
The one that won was.
It was more of like a Mexican vibe. It had crema and cojita cheese and had a green
guac.
It had guacamole on the bottom and it had a raw, not fried, green tomato slice on the bottom of the burger. And then it had tortilla chips, like strips of tortillas in the top.
And they gave us a Mexican lager to drink with it. It was just like, I was like, damn. And Amy goes, I'm ready to take a trip. she took 2 bites of that burger. She's like, okay, let's book a trip.
No, it wasn't the burger. I was in the airport. I'm like, this makes me want to go somewhere.
Yeah. We go, every time we go to the airport, she's like, ugh. Hate the airport, hate traveling.
Well,
hate the hustle and bustle, right?
They have really done a good job renovating our airport.
They have, yeah.
And the process is only like halfway through. They're like in the e-concourse where the Whiskey River is, so we didn't get to see that, but it's really nice.
Yeah.
And so
we're walking around there.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm ready. This makes me want to go on a trip.
Want to go somewhere. Yeah.
And I was like, really? I was like, Wonder what, so I don't have to bring you to the airport to walk around every time. I wonder what we could have at home that could actually spring you into.
What can I put in the house to make you want to travel?
Mode.
You can't parade you around the airport just to make you get in the mood to go somewhere.
I'm always wanting to go on trips, like me and Amy or me and the kids and us. I'm like ready to go. I'm down for a good time. And but she's always like, we got school, we got this, we got responsibilities. We can't go anywhere.
We can't just pick up. There's dogs to coordinate.
We've been going. I'm
tired. I was just telling you how tired I am from one day away of this on Sunday.
We took her to the airport. She didn't get to check in. She didn't get to buy a ticket. She didn't get to board a plane. And she's like, I want to do a trip.
No, you know what I got to do? I got to go see what the conveyor belts in the back of the house looked like, where your luggage goes through. That is crazy looking.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest roller coaster you've ever seen for your bags. No wonder your shit might get lost or damaged.
Damn.
Like, no wonder. Yeah, we got to see the underbelly of the airport. It was pretty cool. I've seen more kitchens and back of the house kind of stuff with him than I can count, but it's pretty wild.
We go in the back. We go in the side door, brother.
Yeah.
That's right.
It was fun. The whole day was fun, but except, last night wasn't so fun. All right, I have another confession in kind of the same vein of that.
Amy's embarrassing confession. That's the note.
I'm going to share this.
That's the note.
With you two.
I'm anxious. I know nothing about this.
No judgment.
There will be judgment.
No, there won't. I have a feeling you've done something similar to this. So I get to go
now I'm roped in.
Yeah.
now I'm in the scandal.
I go to the store opening down in Charlotte with one of my girlfriends last Thursday. And it's for Love Shack Fancy. So I'm in this like really pretty white lace dress, and we have a cocktail before we go to the event. And then the event is in this store, but there's no food or anything like that. So like, I don't have that much in my belly, but we leave. And before I get in my car, I'm like, I kind of have to go to the bathroom. But there's nothing really around. There's no bathroom in the store. And I don't see one inside unless I were to go back into like Restoration Hardware and go upstairs. Like that felt like it was too much work at that point. So I get in my car and I'm like, I'm just going to stop at that first gas station. Well, I pull over to the gas station and it's one of those old school, like you can't go in gas stations. It's just like a hut in the middle. I'm like, well, I'm screwed because at this point, nothing is around here. So I just like try to get my mind right. And I'm like, I'm just going to go down the road and find the first place I can pull over. And it's like 7:30 at this point.
At night?
At night, South Charlotte. So I'm just driving through the neighborhood. I get to where there's like a little strip of stores. The Panera that used to be there is not there anymore. I'm like, I'm running out of options here. No. And it's really getting hard for me to hold it. So I pull over, and what I think is like this little neighborhood with a couple of businesses, and there's a wine shop, and it's open. Like it looks like a grocery store, a tiny grocery store for just wine and snacks. And this lady pulls up to the left of me at the same time. I'm like, she's going to beat me to the door. Like, I'm not going to be able to scurry. At this point, I get out of the car and I just walk on the side of the building, and I had to pee down my legs.
Oh my gosh.
On my shoes. It was the most horrible
feeling
on the planet. It's your fault. This only happened because I had your children.
Oh.
But I ruined some of my favorite shoes. It was so bad. I had my phone out and I text my girlfriends a picture of my feet. I'm like, guess what just happened to me? And they're like, oh no, at least you didn't poop your pants. Like they lifted me back up, And so I get back in my car and I text Dale that I'm on my way home. And instead of just going home, I stopped by Taco Bell first because I was really hungry.
I deserve this.
So I had a double-decker and a Mexican pizza in my dirty dress, and then I got home. I was trying to sneak in the house without anybody giving me a hug or talking to me.
Oh, no.
I get upstairs. The girls are going to brush their teeth, and Dale comes in, and I'm in the shower. He's like, why are you in the shower? And I was like, I peed my pants. And he's like, oh, man. He just walks off. He's like, I don't really know what to do with that, but I'm not going to bring her down. She looks like she's feeling pretty blue about it.
Oh, my gosh. I feel sorry that I wasn't there to save you.
Nobody could have saved me. I couldn't even save me. There was no stopping it. Yeah. But, here's to 43.
Man. Well, you're tough.
No.
You're a tough girl, man. Hey, you brushed that off and then went to Taco Bell.
I mean, at that point, I needed something to make me feel better, and a taco was going to do it.
You were like, that was terribly embarrassing, but tacos.
I was scared to look up. I'm on the side of that little wine building. I'm like, surely they have a video camera or something out here, like on their parking lot. But if I looked up, then they had a picture of my face. So I'm like, don't look up. Just
Yeah.
It was so bad.
I bet buying the tacos made you feel better.
It did. Taco
Listen,
Bell
I
always
get
makes you
sad,
feel
I'd
better.
go on Amazon and purchase some $20 trinket, and I'm like, I feel better.
You don't like the bare minimum in the bathroom, and you have proclaimed your heavy love for dude wipes.
I know.
I mean, we're straight in the toilet today, but
Yeah, we
everything's
are.
in the.
Everything is toilets. I was thinking about this. I forget who I was talking to this about.
Me.
I know, but I put the idea down because I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was like, hey, I was like, this is another guy, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, you know what dude wipes are, right? And he's like, we have them. We have another brand at my house, but I know what you're talking about. I was like, how long have those been around for you?
For you.
And he's like, a couple years. I'm like, yeah, right? Me too, a couple years. I'm like, where the hell's this been? Like, you know, you get up, you go sit down, use the toilet. In some cases, man, you know, you're wiping your ass, trying to get your ass clean, and with regular toilet paper, it's not that comfortable sometimes.
Yeah.
But dude wipes are like, where the hell?
I don't know. We've had Cottonelle wipes in the bathroom for a long time, but until like they were branded for you,
Yeah.
you didn't use them.
They're not talked about enough. It's a hell of an invention. Do you use them?
No.
Oh,
think it's a
God, you're
weird
missing
feeling.
out, dude.
He's got monkey butt.
Dalton? Dude!
What?
Unreal. Nobody.
Maybe these young boys just don't need it.
James
Hey.
does back here.
Yep. They are, it's, there's these, there's toilets that wash your ass, and I think there was one at the damn Vegas hotel. I sat
You
down.
didn't even have to ask for the
Yeah,
function.
no.
It happened
Oh,
whether you were
really?
coming
I sat
for it or
down.
not.
We get
Yes.
there, check in. I put my bags down. I sat down to I got up. I was like, Amy, this damn toilet just washed my ass for me. I didn't push a button or nothing.
No. At first, I thought surely he accidentally pushed the button, and then I used the
No.
toilet later too. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah, it don't even ask. It just does it. And so, but that stuff's been around forever, you know, and just not. It's not. It wasn't very common in American households for sure, and still isn't. But the dude wipes. And I know they're a partner for some great people in NASCAR, and so but they're kind of this taboo, because it is for the toilet. But my gosh,
They've changed Dale's life.
it's funny because you can't use them in marine or
In the camper.
a camper toilet, right? Because you have to have single ply, and it's got to be that dissolving style of toilet paper. And I forgot about that one time, and I brought some dude wipes onto the bus, and Kenny threw them some.
Oh, he's like, oh no, you're not.
He's like,
You're not
"Oh, you
ruining
put-"
this tank.
Yeah. He's like, what the hell you think you're doing with these dude wipes in here? I was like, Kenny, I gotta have them, man. They're amazing.
He's like,
I
put it in the
can't-
trash
I
can.
can't imagine I can't go back, right? After you've used them, you're like, yeah, I can't regular dry toilet paper. No way. All right, I just had to get that out of my system. They are awesome.
Yeah. All right. Let's play a game.
Let's play a game.
Let's play a game.
Let's do it.
Which one are we going to play first?
Let's play Build Your Perfect Vacation.
Okay. Tell us how it goes. I don't see where we're at.
All right.
Oh, here
For
we go.
this game, you guys are going on a trip, and we're going to build your perfect vacation. You have $15 to spend. Each activity in this is separated by 4 categories, and they each have their own price. And we'll read them as we go through the categories.
Now we got to do math.
Yeah, you do. So the key here is you have to play smart and make sure you have enough money to last through the whole game, because there's some fun things at the end. So you guys are going to Italy. I don't know if you guys have ever been, but you're going to Italy.
I have. Dale
We're
has
going to
not.
Italy. I've never been.
Okay. So our first category is crew. So you're picking someone to go with. Or not, because $1, the $1 price here,
We have $15.
$15 is just the 2 of you.
I think me and Amy are going to do just the 2 of us.
Are we doing this together? Are we spending this together?
You're spending it together.
Oh. Okay. Yes. Just two of us.
Well, $15. I wouldn't want to spend 1/3 of the budget on Elvis.
But Elvis.
Hey, he's the king, man.
Going
But
to Italy with Elvis,
Still,
that's-
Elvis is high maintenance. I imagine being around.
Yeah. He's going to steal all your thunder.
Yeah, 69 comeback special Elvis. Maybe I do the
You can
$5.
do any Elvis you want.
What do you think? 69 comeback special Elvis. We've got to do it.
All right.
All right.
Okay, well, now we're taking Elvis.
Now you're taking Elvis? All right,
$5 on the 69 comeback special Elvis.
All right. Well, here's the activity you guys are doing. The $1 option. You go to Milan to view fashion. $2, Vespa tour in Tuscany. $3, a tour historic Rome. $4, a gondola ride in Venice. And $5, you drive down the Amalfi Coast.
You want to do the fashion? Save a
With
little money?
Elvis? No.
You don't like? I thought you'd like fashion. Milan.
I do like fashion.
Well, we'd be doing, if we spend, what about the Vespa tour
How?
with Elvis? He's with us now at this point.
Now I'm just trying to imagine the three of us
That's what you have to do.
tootling along.
We have to account for him.
Let's do the Vespa tour.
All right,
Vespa
tour,
tour.
Yes.
Vespa tour.
All right. Elvis and you guys are doing a Vespa tour.
Do we all get to wear black leather
You
suits?
can wear whatever you want.
I feel like we all need to look like we're in the TCB gang. You know what I mean?
I agree. Now you're going to go for your meal and drink. So your $1 is pizza and gelato in Naples. $2 is espresso and pastry at a Roman bar. $3 is pasta making class in Rome. And $4 wine tour in Sicily. $5 cooking class in Tuscany.
I'll let you pick this.
I feel like pizza and gelato would be.
Awesome. $1. Pizza and gelato.
That's easy. I would choose that too.
I like the wine part, but I don't want to take a tour. I just want to have a couple glasses.
So what we got left over here?
I
We're only
agree.
at $8.
So now you're at $8. So now you guys have pretty good reign here.
I know, right?
Yeah, you guys are doing well. You only got one more category, so I mean, the wild card is $1 food poisoning, $2 you lose your phone, $3 you run into the worst person you know, $4 you win unlimited supply of alcohol, and $5 you win a boat trip on Lake Como.
We're
We
doing
can-
boat trip.
We can afford the boat
yeah,
trip.
we're going boating.
All right, there you go.
All right, we got
Yeah.
69 comeback special Elvis, and
We're all going on a Vespa tour, dressed in our black leather suits,
eating pizza and gelato in Naples.
and then we're going on a boat trip on Lake Como.
This is an awesome
That
trip.
sounds like an epic day.
You got $2 left over.
To
Which
tip
one
Elvis for his fun time.
Game number 2 is red flag, beige flag, green flag. In this game, Tim's is going to give us different scenarios, and we'll have to decide which flag best fits each.
What's a beige flag for? Like a yellow
It's
flag?
like kind of meh.
Yeah, it's like meh. No real opinion.
Like, yeah, one way or the other.
Not a
matter
big
to
deal.
me.
Not a deal
Okay.
breaker.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, the first scenario. These are a lot of like modern dating scenarios too. So just put that in
Modern
mind.
dating
So we're going to be
scenarios.
awesome at
So
this.
you guys are good. You're more the advice. You're giving me advice, I guess.
Okay.
They don't believe in celebrating anniversaries. Red flag, beige flag, green flag.
Oh, the person doesn't believe in
person
celebrating
doesn't-
anniversaries?
Like
Yes.
any anniversary?
Any anniversary.
Red
I say
flag.
that's a red flag.
Red flag.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Like, you don't have to celebrate every little anniversary. I know, like, back in the day, oh, we just started dating a week ago. Like, that's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can't celebrate your wedding anniversary, then there's something wrong with the partnership. I feel like you should want to make sure you celebrate each other on that day
Mm-hmm.
and your commitment to each other.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
I agree.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Yeah.
They text good morning and good night every single day.
I think that's a green flag.
Yeah, green flag or beige. Like, it's not a deal breaker, and I actually kind of like it.
Yeah. And you just don't know when your last moment is. So if you don't take the opportunity, you might regret that.
That's a good point. Good point. They're best friends with their ex.
No, absolute red flag.
Red flag.
What if it was 10, 12 years ago?
No.
Red flag. They can't be best friends.
No. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Just the same way. They say they will text you when they get home, but never do.
Red
That's
flag.
a red flag.
Or they're just not. They never got home.
Oh. You said never do. Like
No,
it's a,
I know.
like
I
it's
was
a
kidding.
habit.
I was kidding.
Oh, this has happened this is a one-time thing?
I think it's like every time you hang out and they say, I'll text you when I get home, and they never do.
Oh,
They
Yeah.
just text you in
that
the
just
morning.
pissed me off. I'd say, hey,
Yeah.
stop. Just don't.
That's a
Amy,
piss me off flag.
So, Amy, I did that to Amy all the time, and she'd go, I did things like I'd say I'm going to do this and not do it. I'd say I'd text her when I'd land. I'd text her when I'd, do things.
It's
And
more it's more like with the plane.
She's like,
he would just get busy. Like if he was flying somewhere and I wasn't
Yeah.
along, it's because he was doing an appearance or something. So he'd land and like get busy, and it wasn't like he was doing anything wrong. But I just wanted to make sure he was
her
safe.
advice was like, don't tell me you're going to do it if you're not going to
Yeah,
do it.
just let me be able to track you, so
Yeah.
at least I can tell you.
Just
I
don't
can tell
even
you're
s-
there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
She'd
Yeah.
rather me not, if I'm not going to say, she'd rather me not tell her I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Because that's a disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Don't-
get that.
Don't set me up for that.
Yeah.
So it's not, it's not that you have to text. If there's
follow
this
through.
person and you're like feeling this obligation to tell them when you get home, maybe they don't really care as long as you don't promise to do it, right?
Yeah, it's like you're letting them down. At some
Yeah,
point.
it is. So don't even tell them you're going to do it. Just go on home.
We'll do red.
See you later. See you later.
Irish goodbye. Just get out of here.
The next one, they always quote movies and TV shows.
I love that.
Beige flag.
I mean, if it's the only thing you're doing, it's annoying. Probably
It
beige
is
flag.
annoying.
But
I think it's annoying. I got buddies that quote these same movies over and over. Like anytime there's like this hit movie like Step Brothers or
did we just become best friends?
yeah,
That kind of thing?
Yeah.
I love that.
Same
I get
one-liner.
I get tired of it because I've watched the movie, but I don't know none of the quotes. And they'll do I know that one, but they'll do another one from somewhere in the movie, and they'll look at me like, and I'm like,
Like the wine mixer?
no, I know that one. They'll do some obscure quote, and I'll be like, yeah, like I'm not that into it.
They got deep cuts. They've watched deleted scenes and stuff like that.
That bugs the out of me. I got buddies that do that.
Well, I do that. I have memorized movies that I like that, where I don't memorize songs as much. You know what I mean? Like everybody has their thing.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that with movies pretty well.
That's a green flag for you.
Like all the way back to the Goonies, like old movies.
Okay.
Yeah, just something that people get fixated on, I guess.
I can't pull a quote like I got a thin air that's from a movie, even though I might have seen it 20 times.
I know, but you could pull a stat from a race that came from 1975.
Yes.
So like there's certain things people latch on to.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. When people say no offense and then say the most offensive thing.
Yeah, rude. Red flag.
Red flag.
Depends on depends on where we are in the relationship.
When's the good
Yeah,
time
what's
to
the threshold,
start
Ralph?
letting it go?
Well, I think you get where me and you are. You'll ask me, I've got 2 dresses. Do you like this dress? Do you like that dress?
Yeah, so here's the thing about that.
And I'm like, well, am I supposed to tell you the truth?
Here's the thing. I have asked for your opinion, so I do want it.
Hmm?
But I also own both of these pieces of clothing. So don't love one and then on the other one, because that other one's going to have to be worn at some point. I just mean like for this event, for this day.
Well,
that's what he does. He's like, oh,
sometimes-
that one, oof. Ooh.
I know.
He's like overselling me on the one he likes because he's going to poo-poo on the other one. Like, just tell me which one you like.
Okay.
I do that.
No, but I'll say, you'll go, why don't you like this one? What is it about this one? Like, oh,
Well, if I ask you, then you get to tell me.
okay. There you go. There's the answer.
You need some WD-40 for that chair.
I don't think they can pick it up.
Next one. They leave voice. You can't pick it up. They leave voice memos instead of texting.
I like that.
Yeah, it depends
Yeah.
on the
I like it.
on the person, I guess. Tim Duggar does that with us all the
Yeah.
time. And it's usually pretty funny. Like he's telling us jokes or telling us a story that it's too long to type it out.
I like it because I think there's far too many times where I've gotten myself into trouble or I've misunderstood the other person, not understanding
tell
the
the
tone
tone.
in text. So sending
Yeah.
a voice memo helps you understand inflection and all that. And I think it's like the future of like phone, like our
It's more personal.
yeah, phone calls. We had pagers, then we went to the cell phone, and now we're doing FaceTime, and not, soon one day all calls will be video calls, and all text messages will be audio, and
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. This one, I hate this one. They exclusively refer to you by a nickname you didn't choose instead of your real name.
Oh, now I don't like that either.
Yeah.
like Tampa Tim's.
Like similar, like college friends would call me Tim's, but my name's Alex. So if I'm dating you, I kind of want you to call me Alex, not Tim's. I'm not your bro.
You don't like being called what your friends call you,
Not my girlfriend, no.
right?
Yeah, I don't want that. I want you to call me Alex.
She can't call you by the nickname your buddies use.
She
Yeah.
needs to take you more
That's-
seriously than
Yes,
that. Yeah,
exactly.
I agree with that.
I hate that. It's a red flag for me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to call Dale Junebug.
No,
No.
That's not sexy.
No.
that'd be weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be weird.
She's got to pick. Amy's what Amy did is call me Ralph. No one calls me Ralph.
Well, that's the only reason I did that, to be
Right.
fair, is because
so
he
that's-
didn't hear me say Dale Jr. Like, he can tune that out. Especially back when we first started dating. He was still racing and constantly being yelled at. You know what I mean?
No.
Dale, yeah. So Ralph is what started because I got his attention.
But
The first
that's
time I said
always-
that, he was like, "What?"
I know, but that's fun for me too. I like
Yeah.
that. And so that I think if you, if you're thinking you're wanting to go nickname, you have to have something that's all yours.
Yeah. Like it's something special. Everyone's calling you one thing or two things, but they
Yeah.
call you this one thing. It's like that's our thing.
Yeah.
That's a red flag. I got two more for you.
Okay.
They constantly talk about what they want to do, but never actually do it.
Ooh, that's a red flag. Like no follow through.
Beige.
You think it's beige?
Yeah.
It's circumstantial, I guess.
I'd be hypocritical to call it a red flag because I do it.
It's more. I think more if it's pipe dreams, stuff like that. Like I want to go on this trip but never do it. That's a beige flag. Not
Yeah,
care.
that
If
doesn't
it's
matter.
something that you really should be doing, it's like, if something's a problem and you say that, I think
That
that's
is a red flag for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if somebody's like, I shouldn't eat that, or I shouldn't drink this much, or and they just keep on
Do something about
doing
it. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't do something about it. Yeah.
Yeah. The
That's
last one here, and probably think more of this time, they don't have any social media accounts.
Well, I don't mind.
I don't mind that. I
Yeah.
find that to be
I figured you
I
guys.
feel a
pretty
bit envious.
fascinating.
Yes, it's I wish it it's like never no putting the genie back in the bottle, but I do wonder what it would be like if that didn't exist.
and not be so tethered to your phone.
Yes, gosh, I hate how addicted to it I am.
I think in the current generation, it's seen as a red flag because it's been so. It's their whole life has been
Yeah.
social
Right.
media. That it's
Had
like,
you
what are you
get-
what are you afraid of? Like, what are you hiding that you're afraid that people know where you're at?
Oh,
It's
no.
almost seemed like you're a doomsday prepper of some sort. You don't want the government to know where you are.
I don't think that.
I got a
Government
friend
knows
like that.
anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that when someone doesn't have social media, I tend to assume they're just probably my age or older, and they just never did adapt to it.
Yeah.
Now, if it was a 25-year-old individual that didn't have social media, I'd certainly wonder why.
I'd wonder
and-
why, but if their choice was just to like be free from the judgment and from because there's a lot going on there, and not wanting that stress, that person would seem like a very intelligent individual to me.
Interesting.
Like if you can have that much self-control and you don't need it, and you don't need the attention or to be in the fray, you're a step ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be envious of that much willpower.
Interesting. Well, that was red flag, beige flag, green flag.
Pretty fun.
It was fun.
Yeah. You want to do some Ask Amy?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Hi, guys. We're here for another episode of Bless Your Hardt. Dale and I are in the Dirty Mo Media studio and want to remind you, if you haven't already, to hit the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to check out our merch. Dale's wearing one of our shirts today for Bless Your Hardt. It's shop.dirtymomedia.com. And I think we're ready for Ask Amy. So what questions do you have?
We do. Our first question is from Joey, and he wants to know, what item do you think will be obsolete in 20 years?
Ooh,
It's a tough one.
what item? Dale seems to think regular toilet paper will be obsolete.
Yeah.
I'm
Regular
like, us
toilet
girls
paper.
still want some of
I'll-
that, but
I think regular toilet paper will be obsolete, and we'll all have like dude wipes, or some sort of
a wet
a
wipe.
moist towelette sort of system, or
Yeah,
that you refill.
but you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know otherwise. That stuff's so hard to predict, you know?
It is.
I can't even imagine what's coming that I don't, my brain just doesn't work like that. I'm like content.
Yeah. Like,
With
what was
things.
obsolete 20 years ago that was so common? I don't know. Some would say cash is kind of becoming obsolete.
Well, coins, yeah, we don't
Yeah.
really use
I'm a
lot
little
of
nervous about
cash
that.
or coins.
You
Yeah.
can't even go to the Panther Stadium anymore for any game and use cash. It has to be all card.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a cashless stadium now.
yeah, I mean, I get that. Like I don't carry cash. So when we go somewhere
And you
that
need
needs
it.
cash, I
Yeah.
don't usually have it.
We're in a
but-
pickle.
Yeah. Over the chat, we'll come up with some suggestions here.
What's that?
Over the chat, we'll come up with some suggestions too.
I want to say like, for some reason I feel like we were talking about this just a second ago, but like phone calls and text messages and all that stuff, I think will change the way we communicate with each other.
Yeah.
Will be more video and audio and less typing and texting and all of that stuff.
You think it'll go back to more face to face, or you still, or at least through
No,
a
I
phone?
think
It'll
we'll
just be a
I
video
think
message
Every
that you
phone
send.
call will be a video.
Okay, like a
Every
FaceTime.
text message will be an audio message.
Versus typing.
Okay,
I
I
think.
get that.
I don't know.
Somebody
Maybe.
put telephone booths, which is a great example. They're taking those out.
Oh,
now.
right. That's true.
Yeah,
Oh,
cassette
yeah.
tapes,
Payphones, telephone booths.
VCRs.
Mhm.
Yeah, all that. That's
Well, everything's
ones.
digital now, so I mean, what's
Smoking
what's
indoors.
still not digital? What isn't
Yeah.
digital today, or what isn't downloadable?
Yep. Developing film, like you don't really do that like you used to. I don't know.
retail stores too is another one.
Yeah.
Because of Amazon.
You know what I think? Laptops.
Laptops.
Where are we going with a laptop?
I believe that I believe laptops will go by the wayside, and it'll be like mini iPads and phones. Everything will be on like a
Tablet format?
tablet only, and we'll all carry these around and plug them into everything we need to do. Like all that over there, you guys are running that switchboard and everything. You'll walk in here with a tablet, plug it in, boom, it's all
Simplified.
So keyboards
Automated and
basically
done.
too. Keyboards are
keyboards.
gone.
Yeah, keyboards, mouses.
It'll just be a flat piece of glass that you're typing on?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm just thinking all that is probably gonna.
Oh, like an iPad.
Yeah.
Pretty
All
cool. Pretty cool. Next question from Josh. What's a purchase you've made recently that you immediately regretted? Or you can do it whatever.
Oh, I've had some. I'm trying to think.
I bought Isla some cotton candy the other day, and I regretted it as soon as I walked out of the store. And it's in the refrigerator in the garage. I still haven't let her have it.
Yeah.
In the store, I don't want to have the fight, so I just say, okay, and then I hide it when I get home. I haven't bought anything major that I regret.
Yeah.
Have you? No?
No, I mean I haven't really had a big purchase here in a while, but oh man,
These are some stumpy
they are
questions
kind of
today.
stuffy questions. I just there's a couple. I bought this drink. I bought this like energy drink that I didn't like. A buddy of mine told me about it. He's like, "Hey man, you should try this." And I bought it, and I'm like, I got a case because I was like, "Oh,
He had to order it, so he
my
ordered a case.
guy, he likes it. I'm sure it's great." I drank one of them, and I was like, "Damn, I got all this crap."
It's miserable.
I
I
hate
can't
it.
drink this.
Yeah.
So
That's a good one. You
Overbought.
overbought it. And it
yeah,
sucks.
because you get excited and you're like, "Yeah, I want to try this. It's gonna be awesome." And it came, and I drank one, and I was like, "Yeah, I can't drink no more of this. This is terrible."
Mhm. You ever buy I bought sunglasses recently and they looked horrible on me.
Oh,
I'm like,
really?
there's no coming back from
No,
this.
that's
Yeah.
one of those things I don't order. Like I have to try them on.
Yeah, the clothes and shoes online is the worst.
It's
about it.
really hard. Yeah.
It's a lottery.
Yes.
I don't love sending things back either. And it's
That's
not
a-
because I
that's a
don't,
roulette.
the process of
Yeah.
putting it back in the mail is just something that I like have a hard time getting to. Like I have a pile of stuff that I need to mail out.
Yeah.
Not necessarily returns, but like me going to the post office is just
Yeah.
like a pain
You
in the
never
rear
know
end.
what box to put it in if you don't have the box.
I
and
know,
It's
yeah.
it's very
Yeah.
socially anxiety comes out there. Sarah wants to know what's been the most unexpected part of working with each other on Bless Your Hardt.
The unexpected part?
Yes.
Honestly, I feel like it's kind of brought us closer together. I mean, I thought we were as close as we could possibly be, but we're having fun getting to play like this with one another. We've worked together before on little projects here and there, but nothing quite like this. So, I mean, for me, that's probably it.
Yeah. I don't know that anything's unexpected, but I am enjoying watching Amy kind of venture through this, process of putting herself out there and being a bit more of a public figure, and the response to that, and how everybody's been great. Everybody seems to enjoy the show, and hearing a lot of comments where people are like, all of our Diligent or Download listeners that have been diehard NASCAR and race fans and listen to that content are telling us, I'm sitting down with my wife and she's watching this with me, and now we're doing this together. And so
it's also bringing other people
been
together.
a big surprise. That's been a
That's
big
nice.
surprise, seeing a bunch of comments like that. But
We did run into a lady in the airport yesterday that said that her husband, she said she saw him and she texted her husband and he said, you should probably see if his wife is there. And of course I was
Yeah.
standing on the other side of the stage. And so she came up and talked to me, but he told her that,
that's right.
Oh.
which was interesting.
Yeah. So that right there is probably my favorite part. Is we got asked to go judge this burger contest at the airport yesterday, and Amy was a judge. Amy had a microphone. Amy was walking around on the stage.
Amy was nervous.
Talking and there was a MC, and Amy was looking around and talking about what she was seeing. And she would just never have done any of that before. She didn't want nothing to do with none of that. But she's kind of like almost not got a choice in the matter if you're going to kind of do this show and kind of we're going to do this together and kind of put ourselves out there when she's going to find herself in more situations like that. And it's just fun for me to watch her navigate that. And
I have gotten far more comfortable being in front of a camera and that kind of thing, where I would have totally locked up. If you had asked me to do this like 5 years ago, I literally would have gone mute.
Yeah.
It just was not possible. I'm not comfortable.
When we first met, she wouldn't even give me a picture of herself to have.
No, I didn't have selfies and no photos.
I didn't have a picture of her on my phone. And I'm like, can I please just have a picture of you? Imagine dating this girl. And
I lived in Florida also. I wasn't around.
Imagine dating her and not being able to see her.
Can't show any of your friends.
I didn't have social media. I was one of those people. I didn't have a Facebook page or a MySpace page.
Yeah, there you are.
Nope.
And nothing.
Nope.
Wow.
For weeks and weeks.
He had to see me.
And so eventually she sent me this one photo, and I had one singular photo of her to look at for months, and then finally we took a selfie together, and then I've still got those. I still got that picture, the very first picture we took together.
Yeah.
And so I say all that because she's very not comfortable in front of a camera. So it's been fun watching her adjust and improve, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Would you say that's one of the things you've learned the most about yourself, Amy? That you've become more comfortable, I guess, in front of the camera?
Probably, yeah. I think doing ads with the agency that I work with a little bit has kind of given me a little bit of shift in that direction, and being around Dale for so long and doing certain things with him where they're pre-taped, that any of those Hellman's deals we did, that stuff helped me as well. But it's just not something I seek. I don't need it, but it's fun to do because it does help me kind of peel back a layer or something. I don't know how you would really describe it.
Yeah, I get that. Our next question is from Brianna, and she says, "Happy birthday, Isla," and wants to know if you plan on putting the girls in any sports like t-ball, volleyball, basketball, or even dance.
They're in dance. Thank you for the birthday wishes for her, by the way. She's in dance. We did gymnastics with her last year, and she was so long and gangly, I don't think she was really ready. But she's much stronger now. We've tried to talk her into soccer, and she's not interested in that. Nicole isn't either. If they wanted to play soccer or play a sport, we would be all for that. I feel like if they had a little friend that did it, they would sign up. Whether they loved it or not, they would at least try it. But us just blankly asking them, no. Yeah. Not interested. Yeah. I've even tried to ask Isla about doing taekwondo or something like that.
Nicole is really physical, tough, and
she's 4.
Yeah. And if anybody's going to do any kind of sports, it'll probably be her.
Yeah.
I think that she would do better with the team aspect of it too. I don't know. And maybe she just needs that to harness herself.
Yeah. I'm hoping that she might get into some soccer, some kind of organized sports, t-ball, but whatever, softball. I'd love to be a girl dad, taking her to games and stuff like that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be.
I'm happy and proud of them and dance and all that stuff, but it's not my cup of tea, obviously. Not something I'm going to go sit really, truly get into like Amy might.
They sit and kick the soccer ball, outside here and there, but
we need to do more.
It doesn't last very long.
Yeah.
Would you guys ever coach one of their sports or?
No.
I probably would.
Yeah, you would.
I'd coach soccer, I guess.
I'd be like the snack mom.
That's very important.
I'd coach.
Orange slices.
I mean, it's not real coaching. It's just, I mean, I don't want to insult all the coaches out there, but if you're, we're talking 6 to 10-year-olds, you're just trying to
organize
keep
chaos.
them having fun. Yeah,
exactly.
Let them have fun.
Youth coaching is like anyone can do that.
Yeah,
I'd do that.
Yeah,
I'd be part of that.
Like coaching t-ball, I feel like
I'd probably not
be
like it.
So cute.
For the other parents, it'd be in my. I guess the other parents are pretty aggressive, so I might not like it as much as I think.
I don't know.
It's always good. The hard coaches when I was real, real young was like, what are we doing? We're 5 and 6.
Let's not take this so seriously. Settle down.
Exactly. Next question is from Katie. She wants to know, which home decor trend do you think is tacky or no longer in style?
Tacky. I don't know if it's it's not
shag
tacky.
Carpet?
No, I don't think that's tacky.
No, not tacky.
If it's just wall-to-wall carpet, it's not
what
really
about
something
that?
people do too much anymore.
What about carpet on the wall?
carpet on the wall?
Yeah. They have some of that at the roller skate rink in Kannapolis.
Well,
it's original.
Yeah, that's original.
It's awesome.
I think that kind of place, you need that.
Yeah.
Nostalgia.
Well, now like the nostalgia, it's like reached the point where that's so cool that that's still up on the wall, and like that burnt orange shag carpet. But anything modern, I don't know. I'm kind of over the farmhouse thing. I feel like unless you are on a farm, we don't need to look like we have a farmhouse. Mm-hmm. I feel like all decor and design needs to be appropriate for where you are. I don't know. Dale wants to do all the wacky things all the time. I also feel like just a black and white, like everything's neutral, is so boring. Like I'm very into the, there's a phrase for it. Basically, if you just buy it and it makes you happy, put it in your house. Because the more you're kind of going to be attracted to the same style of things generally. And once you put it all together, it's just more of an interesting space. I feel like that's Dale's design style too.
What about like at the outdoor landscaping? Anything that like you were like, a big hedge in the front of the yard used to be like a big thing, or on the side that you block the fences, anything like that? That's kind of style.
I don't care.
No, as long as it's tidy, I don't care.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I don't really care. I just get annoyed when the lights are not working, or you got a bulb out, or like a festoon light or something and the string's not working. This bugs me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it when like there's just stuff all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Our last question is from David, and he wants to know, Amy, what was your family's reaction when they first met Dale?
Oh,
that's a good question.
Hadn't been asked. Hadn't heard this. They were like, "Damn!"
They were very excited.
Where'd you meet him? He's awesome.
Meet him. No.
They were like, "Amy, don't screw this one up."
No, that's not how that happened. No.
Your dad probably was. He's probably like, "Hey, he's cool."
No, you want to know what my dad said was, "Does he know what he has?" I'm like, "I don't know, Dad. We'll see." They were excited to meet him. They had never been around a celebrity before, and honestly, they received him just like I did. I don't really find the celebrity thing to be a thing that intimidates me, and I think Dale can attest to that. Like, we've gone plenty of places. I've gotten to tag along with him, and I don't know, unless it's Dolly Parton, I'm probably going to just walk up and treat you like a normal person. You know what I mean? And so they kind of, received him like, I don't know, just as
great.
Like a new member of the family, to be honest. They love him. And it wasn't very like awkward. No. I was more nervous about it than I probably should have been. But it was fine. Do you even remember meeting them for the first time?
I think out at the farm.
Yeah.
We went out to their family farm and built a bonfire, and
Snyder went with us.
He and his dad, or Amy's dad, and me ran for some firewood later in that afternoon or that evening, and I just tried to like show them that like I wasn't afraid to, grab some firewood off the pile or help stoke the fire, keep it going, or fill up the cooler, or like I wasn't going to come in there and be like, I thought they would probably assume that I was somebody that was used to having everybody do everything for me. And so I made it a real point to like show them that I could like do things to kind of help this night happen and help things happen and go.
He just tried to be a normal person.
Yeah. I went to the cooler. Hey, anybody want a beer? You need a beer? Which was a bit out of character for me because I'm pretty shy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So I tried really hard to like be normal and leave a good impression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so long ago. It's hard to remember, to be honest.
I remember that.
But they were excited to meet him. They were not like worried or standoffish at all. No.
I was thrilled because I was like, these people drink beer like I do and like to stand around a fire and play music, and this is like the best. This is like what I'd love. This is what I'd want to be doing tonight anyways. Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing it with them. So it's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When you fit in nice, that's best.
Yeah, yes. I fit in there.
When you're similar, it's great. It's easy.
Yep.
All right. Thank you guys for your questions. Like I said, if you have not already, please hit the subscribe button and check out all of our merch at shop.dirtymomedia.com. We'll see you next week.